In this video, you'll discover how much Chris Evans earned for every single movie he's ever made. Let's dive in.
In Not Another Teen Movie 2001, Chris Evans made one of his first big screen appearances, playing the stereotypical perfect high school jock. The movie was a parody of popular teen films of the 90s and quickly became a cult classic. Fun fact: the infamous whipped cream scene with Evans has since become one of the most talked about comedic moments of his early career. In The Perfect Score 2004, Chris Evans starred alongside Scarlett Johansson, years before their Marvel days. Fun fact 1: Evans and Johansson became close friends during filming, a bond that lasted throughout their future MCU careers. Fun fact 2: despite being a teen comedy, Evans admitted in interviews that he actually struggled with standardized tests in real life, making the role surprisingly relatable for him. In Cellular 2004, Chris Evans played his first real action thriller lead, proving he could handle intense, fast-paced roles. Fun fact 1: Evans did many of his own stunts in the movie, including high-speed driving sequences. Fun fact 2: this was one of the first films where critics started comparing Evans to a young Keanu Reeves because of his energy and screen presence. In Fierce People 2005, Chris Evans took on one of his first dramatic roles, stepping away from comedy and action films. Fun fact 1: Evans joined a cast that included Donald Sutherland and Diane Lane, gaining valuable experience working with veteran actors. Fun fact 2: despite being a smaller independent film, Evans has mentioned in interviews that this project helped him grow as an actor and prepared him for more serious roles later in his career. In Fantastic Four 2005, Chris Evans played Johnny Storm, also known as the Human Torch, marking his first major superhero role. Fun fact 1: Evans reportedly improvised many of Johnny Storm's humorous lines, adding his own charm to the character. Fun fact 2: during filming, Evans wore a special suit equipped with LED lights for some of the fire effects before CGI was added. Fun fact 3: this role helped him land future superhero parts, eventually leading to his iconic portrayal of Captain America in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. In London 2005, Chris Evans took on a raw and emotional role, portraying a man dealing with heartbreak and addiction. Fun fact 1: Evans delivered several intense monologues in the film, many of which were partially improvised to make the emotions feel more real. Fun fact 2: the movie was shot on a very tight budget and filmed almost entirely in one apartment, making it one of Evans' most intimate performances. In Sunshine 2007, Chris Evans played Engineer Mace in a high-stakes sci-fi thriller about a mission to save the dying sun. Fun fact 1: Evans performed many of his own stunts in Zero Gravity simulation scenes to make the space environment more believable. Fun fact 2: director Danny Boyle praised Evans for bringing a grounded, heroic energy to the film, which balanced the intense psychological drama. Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer 2007. Chris Evans returned as Johnny Storm, the Human Torch, bringing even more humor and energy to the sequel. Fun fact 1: Evans trained extensively with stunt coordinators to perform high-speed flying sequences, making the action look more realistic. Fun fact 2: the film introduced a special flame suit for Evans that allowed for practical fire effects before CGI enhancements were added. Fun fact 3: despite mixed reviews, the movie became a box office success and further cemented Evans' reputation as a fan-favorite superhero. The Nanny Diaries 2007, Chris Evans starred alongside Scarlett Johansson, playing a charming young man nicknamed Harvard Hottie. Fun fact 1: this film marked one of the earliest on-screen collaborations between Evans and Johansson years before they reunited in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Fun fact 2: Evans improvised several of his humorous lines, adding a natural and witty chemistry to his scenes. In Street Kings 2008, Chris Evans played Detective Paul Diskant, a young and determined cop navigating the dark and corrupt underworld of the LAPD. Fun fact 1: Evans prepared for the role by spending time with real-life police officers, observing their routines and investigative techniques. Fun fact 2: This movie marked his first major collaboration with Keanu Reeves, with the two actors later reuniting for other Hollywood projects. In The Loss of a Teardrop Diamond, 2008, Chris Evans played Jimmy Dabine, a struggling young man caught in a complicated romance in 1920s Memphis. Fun fact 1. The film was based on a long-lost screenplay written by legendary playwright Tennessee Williams in the 1950s. Fun fact 2. Evans took on the role to showcase his dramatic acting skills. Outside of his usual action and comedy films, in Push 2009, titled In Ukrainian, Chris Evans starred as Nick Gant, a man with telekinetic abilities hunted by a secret government agency. Fun fact 1. Evans performed many of his own stunts in the film, especially in the action-packed chase sequences. Fun fact 2. This was one of his first major roles in the superhero sci-fi genre before his breakthrough as Captain America. Fun fact 3. The movie gained a cult following over the years despite mixed reviews upon its release. In The Losers 2010, Chris Evans portrayed Jensen, a tech-savvy and hilarious member of a Black Ops team, seeking revenge after being betrayed by the CIA. Fun fact 1. Evans improvised several of his comedic lines, adding his own humor to the character. Fun fact 2. The film was based on a DC comic series of the same name, making this one of Evans' early comic book roles before Marvel fame. In Scott Pilgrim vs. the World 2010, Chris Evans played Lucas Lee, a famous action movie star, and one of Ramona's evil exes. Fun fact 1. Evans performed many of his skateboard stunts himself, despite having limited skateboarding experience before filming. Fun fact 2. His over-the macho persona in the film was inspired by exaggerated Hollywood stereotypes of action heroes. In Puncture 2011, Chris Evans portrayed Mike Weiss as a talented but troubled lawyer battling drug addiction while taking on a major healthcare corruption case. Fun fact 1. The film is based on a true story about real-life attorney Michael David Weiss. Fun fact 2. Evans lost weight and changed his physical appearance to better reflect the struggles of his character. In Captain America, The First Avenger 2011, Chris Evans brought Steve Rogers, the frail young man turned super soldier, to life, cementing his place in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Fun fact 1. Evans initially declined the role 3 times due to fear of fame, but eventually accepted after talking with Robert Downey Jr. Fun fact 2. The skinny Steve scenes were achieved using body doubles and CGI, making Evans appear 40 pounds lighter. Fun fact 3. The film's shield-throwing sequences were partly performed by Evans himself after weeks of training. In What's Your Number 2011, Chris Evans starred alongside Anna Faris in this romantic comedy about love, relationships, and finding the one. Fun fact 1. Evans improvised several of his comedic lines, adding a natural charm to his character. Fun fact 2. The rooftop scene with Evans playing the guitar was unscripted. It was his idea to make the moment feel more authentic. In The Avengers 2012, Chris Evans reprised his role as Captain America, joining forces with other Marvel heroes for the first time on the big screen. Fun fact 1. Evans wore an updated version of his suit, which fans initially criticized but later became iconic in the MCU. Fun fact 2. The famous Hulk smash, and I understood that reference. Lines were completely improvised on set. Fun fact 3. Evans accidentally injured himself during a scene where he had to block a punch from Thor. Chris Hemsworth. In The Iceman 2012, Chris Evans transformed into the eccentric hitman Mr. Freezy, showing a completely different side of his acting skills. Fun fact 1. Evans was not the original choice for the role. He stepped in after James Franco dropped out of the project. Fun fact 2. His unusual look with long hair, glasses, and a mustache was inspired by real-life 70s contract killers.